This video is going to show you how to turn any idea or even a handwritten sketch into a professional motion graphic in under 5 minutes. So in the next few minutes, one of the things I'm going to show you is how I turned a basic rough sketch I made into an animation, a custom motion graphic animation, just like the one on the screen. You'll go from concept to draft to final animation in minutes. So we're going to go through 3 workflows to get different types of motion graphics that you might need. The first one is going to show you how to visualize information and data into things like animated graphs and charts. This is a game changer when you want to break down complex topics in your videos. It really helps increase retention. Then I'm going to show you how to turn a simple sketch that you might put on a napkin or a piece of paper and turn that into a motion graphic. A very simple workflow to get that result. And then finally, and one of the easiest wins, is turning simple plain text from your video or transcript into a motion graphic. So let's jump straight in. So for this example, I'm going to pretend someone is making a video about YouTube growth, or large YouTube creators or something like that, and they want to plot out the growth journey on a motion graphic of Mr. Beast's growth journey. Now I just have a general idea of that. I have no data, so I'll need to use either ChatGPT or Gemini or something like that to get that data first. So to give you an example of this Mr. Beast workflow, we're going to jump over to ChatGPT. So the first thing I would just say is plot out Mr. Beast's YouTube channel growth since he began. Give me the year-end numbers as best you can. Any unknown data can be extrapolated out. So that took a bit of time to come through there, but once it did, you can see it's given us his subscribers over time. So you can see it's actually fascinating in itself. It took him a lot of years before he got, after 4 years he only had 15,000 subscribers. That's crazy. But that's beside the point. So what it also done here was it plotted the graph itself. Now, if it just gave you this, which sometimes it does, you can ask it just to plot it out in a visual graph. So next, what you want to do is you want to download that to your desktop. And then next, we're going to jump over to the app called Hera, which obviously I'll link below. Okay, so once you're on Hera, the first thing you want to do is click on image here, and you want to drag in the image from the desktop. So once the image has been added, we can then turn it into an animation with just giving our prompt here. But I want to just show you something really quickly before we do that. If we click on the left-hand side here, there's 2 things I want to show you. One is your brand kit. This basically means you can add your custom brand colors, your fonts, some images and some guidelines. So if you want, as it says here, the edges rounded all the time, or you want to glow in behind the background, you want a minimalist aesthetic, you can do all of that here. And that means you don't have to do that every time you prompt Hera to create your animation. So that's one thing you want to do when you first come on here. And the second thing you want to do, or be aware of, is the animation option. So if you go to the left-hand side here, not the animation, the template, you have templates on the left-hand side. Now these get updated all the time, and it also has a nice search feature to it. So what you can actually do is you can scroll through here and see if there's any type of animation that kind of looks similar to what you might want your end result to be, whether it's a line graph or bar graph or something like that. And you can use it as a basic jump off point. So once you have it replicate, say, the style of this one down here for your Mr. Beast plot of each year, you can then go in and you can have it customized to your brand aesthetic. You can also click on it and prompt it to change certain elements as well. So it's a great jump in point, because sometimes when you do it straight away here from the home page, and you add your image in here and then you prompt it, sometimes the result isn't so great. It's very basic, to be honest. So an easy way is actually just to go into the templates and then use that as a starting point. And to give you an idea what I mean by that, so here I'll just say turn this into an animation. It must be a line graph. Now you can add other stuff here if you want other pieces of text or information here, like you want a heading or you want a subheading, but we can get in and change that once it gives us the first draft, so to speak. So once we do that, what we want to do is select our brand here by just clicking on that. Choose your brand style. Obviously I've chosen the one I've set already myself. And if we select this button here, it just means, as you can see, it ensures good design but takes a bit longer. So you always want to just select that as well, and then we're going to hit go. And as I said, this is always the first draft. It's never straightforward. It does take a bit of time, a bit of playing around with, but it's so quick compared to the alternative, which is obviously hiring an animator and spending a fortune. So let's just see what it's given us here. Okay, so the first thing I'll say here is that it's actually very slow, so we can speed that up obviously. You can see up here in the top, it tells you that this is 30 seconds long. So we can make that say 50. If we just click on 15 seconds here, it should very quickly reprocess that, and let's just see what happens here. Okay, so it's obviously moving a lot quicker. Let's go down to let's just say 5 seconds and we'll see. Okay, so that's much snappier, much better. Now, let me just pause that for a second. There's something else I want to show you here. So obviously if you zoom to the end, skip to the end of the video here where all of the elements are in, you can actually just click on them. You can edit the text, you can move things around. But what you can also do, which is super useful, is click on, say, the line here, the graph here, okay? Now, once I click on that, up here where it says move, resize, or delete elements, we can click beside it which says point and prompt, which means you can point to certain elements. So when I click on this, you can see the little 1 comes down here on the left-hand side. Describe changes to the selected elements. So it's only going to change things in this that we're looking for, not the whole thing. So it's a great way of just kind of building up your animation. So here I'll just say, give the line a neon glow. And then for up here, what I'll do is I'll select that and you can see it's giving us a 2. So the second kind of thing to fix in the draft. And I'll say the subscribers line should be a subheading. And then we'll click go again and we'll see what it gives us. Okay, so now let's look at some of those fixes that it's made. Hopefully it worked. Yeah, we can see it's added the neon bar here. Sorry, it's given it a neon glow and it's also turned this into a subheading. Yeah, as I said, you can click, you can drag, you can recenter things. You can click any element and you can tell it to, add any sort of style or aesthetic to it. And generally, once you get to this stage and you're just tweaking things, it's usually fairly on point and accurate. Once you have your draft sketched out or written out, the next thing what you want to do is just take a photograph of it on your phone, upload it to your computer, and then you want to drag it into either ChatGPT or Gemini, whichever you prefer to use. So I dragged it into Gemini here, and all I'm going to simply say is turn this into an illustration. Okay, so we can see after a couple of seconds, it's done that fairly handily. So what we want to do is just download this image here. Call it follower count, whatever you want to call it. And now, obviously, the next thing is self-explanatory. We go over to Hera again and we want to upload this image. Okay, so to do that, we just click here and we click on create again, just to get back to the main dashboard. Click image and drag our image in. And the reason we don't just upload our raw sketch to Hera is because it's not great at interpreting the numbers and data unless your writing is really on point. Sometimes it just takes exactly what you've given it and then it just gives you the results as best it can. But at least with using, say, ChatGPT, you can then ask it to, give the numbers in plain text so it's not like scribbled or sketched out. You can ask it to design it in any way. So you can design your image in Gemini or ChatGPT before you bring it into here. But for simplicity, that seemed like it was good enough what it gave me first of all, so I'm just going to drag it in here to show you how it works. Now again, something I'll show you before we move on is when you click widescreen here, you can turn this into vertical mode as well, or square or a portrait, so they don't all have to be landscape. That's useful to know. And here you can set the time in it as well, so obviously once the video is created, you can go in and do that, but it's easier just to set it up here if you know how long you want it to be. So once we drag their image in here, I just click my brand again, my brand kit, and then I want to ensure good design once more. And then I'll just simply tell it, create a professional line graph animation based on the reference image. Okay, so that's finished. Let's just have a quick look. And it looks great. It looks fairly accurate to me. Obviously this looks like it's got a square. You can tell it to fill the whole screen if you want. Now, if I select square there, you can see it's added a nice round corners to it. It's a nice looking visual. As I said, if you don't like the aesthetic of this, it looks very plain. You can, update the reference image in ChatGPT first before dragging it in here and playing around with it. So one more thing I want to draw your attention to actually is the transparent background here. If you just wanted to keep the white square with the rounded corners, you could do that. You could remove the background here and export this file without the background, so you can create layers with your animations on your video editing platform. So it's just a nice, useful feature to be aware of. Now, next I'm going to show you one of the easiest wins you can have when using this software. It gets away from the information and the data and the charts and graphs and stuff like that. It just turns the transcript of your video, the things you're talking about, the concepts and ideas you have, into visuals and animations. And when you're not dealing with numbers and data, it's actually a lot easier. There's less room for error. Sometimes it doesn't give you the perfect results the first couple of times, as always, but playing around with it, you can get some amazing results. So I'm going to show you that before we finish up this video. So this one's very simple, very straightforward. If you have the transcript for your video or whatever you're making, whatever piece of content you're creating, or you just want to come up with some unique visuals yourself, all you need to do is just take a line out of that transcript or just type it in yourself. Just give it some direction. So you may remember at the start of this video, I said we're going to go from concept to draft to final animation. And when I'd done that, a visual popped up. This is how I created that visual very quickly. So in your script, or as I said, if you wanted to just jot something down yourself, a concept or idea that you wanted to add here, you can do it this way. Now, this is obviously the easiest win, is to pull something from the transcript already. So this section here, I say, you'll go from concept to draft to the final animation in minutes. Now what we want to do is just copy that, and we want to jump back over to Hera. Now in here, we just simply need to paste it in. Choose your brand aesthetic, and then you want to say ensure good design as well. Now at the start, I usually just say create a visual representation of the following. And then I put it in commas, inverted commas. And then next thing you want to do is just hit enter. Now this can be a square. I'm actually going to make this widescreen because it's probably going to be a big concept. There's going to be a lot of information in it. And then once we have that there, all you need to do is just hit enter. Okay, so now that's finished. Let's have a quick look and see what it's given us here. So rough sketch, concept, draft, final animation, bring your ideas to life. It's added that in itself. This is all very good. It's a very good jump off point. Now, as I said, we can click on any of these. So let's just click on this one here, and I can say point and prompt, and I can say, you can have them pop up. They're popping up in order here, which is fine. But sometimes if, say, all the animations show up on screen at the same time, I can click on this one, or just prompt it in general and say, show them sequentially. Have them grow and pop on the screen sequentially. It will do that as well, but it has done it itself here. So all I would say is something like, give the background a glow, make it a light green. And then what we could do is we could click the second one, and we could say the same thing, but just say a light blue, etc., etc. So let's see what it's done here. Let's hit play. Okay, so it hasn't actually given it maybe I didn't prompt it correctly, because it's not made the background glow. It's actually just changed the color of them all, which is actually fine as well. Now I could simply go in here and just have it revert back to the way it was by telling it to, give them all a white background or whatever color I wanted. But you get the idea. When you're in here, you can play around with it. It's not always perfect. It's not always accurate, but usually it will give you a fairly good animation without a huge amount of effort. We'll try one more time here. So we'll say make the background of each of them glow. And then what I'll do is I'll hit ensure good design again. Okay, there's actually, I don't know what was there last time. I probably just didn't notice it, but there is actually a glow. If I zoom in here, it's very faint. It's probably because the background is so light. So if I really wanted that to pop, all I would need to do is change the color of the background, and the glow would stand out a little bit more. But you can see it does pay attention to what you're saying. Sometimes like any AI, I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's perfect every time. That will just frustrate you. But if you play around with it for a while and you've got a bit of time, you can usually get fairly accurate to whatever vision you have in your mind of what you want the animation to be. But it does take some playing around with it. So after about a year off of actually working in AI and marketing, I've come back to create my YouTube channel to show you how to implement some of the most useful stuff I used and the stuff I'm currently using in my own businesses. So if this interests you and this video has been helpful and you want more stuff like that, you're a business owner or a creator, make sure to follow and subscribe. And thanks for watching.